Recording?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Guys, struggles are happening. They are present.
We'll just start off with this.
Yeah, no, this is it.
yeah.
We're not doing this again.
No.
Welcome to Can I Just Say One Thing? I'm Demi.
I'm Jess.
Yes.
I'm over here shaking my head. Okay, so we just got new equipment.
If you were here 20 minutes ago, you would have known.
That I can't today.
Wowzers.
So Demi had already said this. Let's just say we've been listening to our own podcast.
Right.
Realizing we don't have the best quality because we were so new.
We're newbies.
Yeah, and now we are trying to up our game.
Yeah.
Making sure that we have good quality stuff.
Yeah.
Except for it's taken a lot of troubleshooting. I may have been spending 2 to 3 hours on this. On my own, you know.
Insane.
And I think we may have figured it out now.
Maybe.
I don't know.
No one's listening.
Nope.
You can't hear it.
I know.
Goodbye.
Anyway,
Okay, so
hopefully
here we
this is
are.
working now.
Take 4
million.
6.
Yeah, I don't know.
Who cares? We're here.
We're here.
And it's November, and we've got so many things to cover. First of all, we need to recap our week last week. Jess, take it away.
Well, it's been a mother-freaking roller coaster is what it's been. Today included, even though it is Sunday and technically the start of a new week.
Day of rest.
Day of, I don't know.
Yeah, it's not rest.
It's not rest, that's for sure. But my week didn't start out so great. Had a minor breakdown, cried a little bit. It's fine. I'm better. Friday, I'm going to say it again because it was so beautiful. I had a donut.
Oh, so good.
And it was
I had
great.
2 yesterday.
I had one today as well.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Thanks.
From where?
I don't know. My sister got it for me. Thanks, Jen.
Jen.
Yeah, it was really nice
What
of you.
about me, Jen? Just kidding. Gosh.
And then on Friday, this I can talk about and recap over and over again because it was amazing. Friday was just in general really wild. We did get our gear in that day, our new recording gear, which was great.
So it was a great start to the day.
Yep.
Of an already
and then
great
weird
day.
things were happening. Like I was texting multiple people and somehow conversations that I didn't bring up
would overlap.
Like you said something about being like impatient, and then another friend said something about being impatient, and then just weird things kept
just like lots
overlap.
of intertwining.
Yes, without me even doing it myself.
Yeah.
So it was super weird. But then
okay, so
we've been talking about this. We said last week that we were going to
My Favorite Murder.
the live show.
Finally came to Sacramento. Karen and Georgia came here, and we got to go to the show.
Yes.
And again, lots of like just coincidences. In that theater, it seats 2,400 people.
Right.
And we just so happened to be sitting in the exact same row and seats.
Next door to each other.
Literally, we were seats 26, 27, 28, and our friends Casey and Carlos were 29, 30, or whatever. But
we didn't plan that.
That was not planned. We saw them at the show and just catching up and saying hi. And where is your seats? Oh, we're in the upper tier. And they're like, oh, cool, us 2. What row? Row J. Okay, us 2.
What
seat? And literally right next
to each other.
It was crazy. It was the best. It was the best.
It was
sitting next to her.
Yep.
And them. But Casey's just went buck wild, and I loved it.
Great, because we're also that excited about that podcast.
So first of all, it was just great that they were there in general. Like, I needed nothing more except for them to be in SAC and for Karen to... So, just background. Karen lived in SAC when she was in college. Hated it. Has
talked crap about Sacramento.
From day one.
Yeah. Like, literally day one. The very first episode, they talk about Sacramento, and she starts talking crap about it.
Yeah. And it's hilarious. Like, I'm not offended by that. I don't know. It sounds like people kind of were.
I'm sure. And like you said not moments ago, like, in the 90s, I could see it being shit.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah. Just being miserable here makes sense in the 90s. So she didn't apologize because she won't and will not and refuses, and great, good for you.
But they found another way to make it up to us, friends. Another way.
Another way in the name of
Paul Holes. Let that sink in.
I know.
It was insane.
It was, you guys.
At the end of the show, they usually ask somebody from the audience to come out and like tell a hometown murder which is great. We love that. We love when we get to hear people, from hometowns and stuff like that. But instead, they announced that Paul Holes was coming out on stage, and I have never seen it erupted. I have never seen that many people stand and scream for somebody.
I jumped to my feet and was screaming.
Yep. All three of us did. Our friend Casey, me, and you, and we were hugging each other and screaming.
Congratulations. You've done it. You went to the show.
You got through the week.
You worked really hard for this.
You know what? We did, though.
We did.
We did that week.
We did.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to recap the objectifier?
Oh, gosh.
Should we wash over?
Yeah, we should.
No, we should cover it just because... okay, so
irritating.
What we were saying earlier in when we were just talking... So Paul Holes is, as we've said before, when we've talked about him last month, was he's really attractive and great, And
wonderful. We can talk about that on the podcast.
Totally.
But this girl,
no. So Paul Holes is in the middle of talking about something and this girl screams, "You're so hot." And it was like, relevance? How? That's not what he's here for.
No.
It was like,
I want to hear what he has to say.
Totally.
I don't want to hear I don't want to hear you yelling. I want to listen to him. He's only here for a second.
Right. And then you pointed out that Karen said, what did she say?
She's just like, don't objectify him. We also like you for your mind.
Right. And we talk about on this podcast so much about how we hate catcalling and men and screaming at us. And it's like women collectively have said that. And so just to do that, it's like, he's an adult man,
who's married,
and this is his professional. This is his career, and it just kind of degrades it a little bit.
Yeah,
I think.
and then he had to stop and think about what he was going to say, and I want to hear him talk as much as I can.
Right.
I mean, it's just unfortunate that happened. So to the woman out there, to the women in general, please don't. Yeah, exactly. Let's not do that. Let's be better than that. And then we had a little after party at the Zebra Club.
Yeah. So we passed out some flyers before the show and invited people to come afterwards and just have a meetup and
raise money for In the Backlog.
So we did that, and
we raised over $200.
Yeah.
So we're between $200, $250. We're not quite sure on the number, only because I asked people to write it down, and I don't believe everybody did write down their numbers.
Right.
So so we're in between there. So any amount of that goes to that charity is worth it. And it was fun. It was fun. We met up with some awesome people. If you listen to our last episode, we interviewed a girl about her spooky story, and it was just somebody we just met that moment.
And she was so nice.
Really and now funny. We're friends on Facebook.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yay.
Yeah, she's super sweet. So
yeah,
if she comes back down, it'd be nice to see her again.
Totally.
Yeah.
Hi, Cassie.
Yeah,
what else? What else is going on?
I'm not sure. We are... Well, Demi is begrudgingly drinking right now.
I can't, you guys. I'm tired.
But we are drinking, because it is actually the week of Halloween, even though we recorded our Halloween episode last week. So I got us a Halloween-themed wine from Stella Rosa. And it's only 5% alcohol. Yeah, its name is Black. It's sweet, though, so I probably won't be drinking much of it. But we are drinking it out of the mugs my dad got us.
Dad mugs.
Yeah, so cheers. Yeah, it doesn't work.
We will never get it.
No, we won't. Only those wine glasses, actual wine glasses.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Well, what else? What else is
anything, really.
I mean,
I ran yesterday. And that's about it.
You did 18.
18.5.
You're insane. You are actually out of your mind.
And then I have 20 miles over the weekend. I have 11 on Saturday and 9 on Sunday. And then the next weekend I have a full 20 miler on Saturday. And then I'll finally be tapering, and then I'll get the marathon done, and then I won't have to do it again.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I know. I'm not looking forward to it. I really don't want to run the marathon. I'm only running it to do my goal next season. So whatever, it's fine.
I admire the heck out of you, but man.
Thanks.
I love laying in bed.
Yeah, I also love laying in bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been
donuts.
nice to do. Yeah.
Donuts.
So should we get into
our
newest book? I hope you guys have picked this up, Kristin Hannah's Magic Hour, because I've already loved the first 7 chapters.
Yeah. So, okay. Just when we read the first Kristin Hannah book in our old book club, The Nightingale, I had a hard time getting into it.
Yeah.
It took me a while, and I was like, I'm not, like, this isn't thrilling. It's not this and that. But it ended up being an exceptional story. Like,
my favorite.
Is that your favorite one?
That one, yeah, that's my favorite Kristin Hannah so far.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
and book in general. I love it so much.
I loved The Great Alone more.
You did? That's interesting.
I could not stop. Like, so I made a note of, like, what my thought was when I was reading that book. I sat one night, and Brett was watching football, and I was reading. I read for 3 hours straight.
Wow.
My eyes
you finished
hurt.
it so you were the first one to finish it out of the 4 people in our book club.
I couldn't stop. I didn't relate to the characters as in, like, I recognize their struggles because that was a really intense, but I just, like, I felt so connected to them.
Right.
Like, she's such a beautiful writer.
Oh my gosh, I know.
I wrote, this is one of my notes from when we were reading I'll Be Gone in the Dark, but it still applies to Kristin Hannah. I just said, do you ever have those moments when you're reading something and your eyes aren't reading fast enough? Like, you can't go.
Oh, yeah.
I just want to, like, turn all the pages.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, that's why, I think that's just me in general, though. That's why I always stumble on my words when I read something out loud, because my brain is kind of reading it and I can't really keep up, you know?
That's exactly right.
But yeah, no, I totally feel you for sure.
Yeah.
I think the reason why I like The Nightingale a little bit better is because I loved the history of World War II that was enwrapped, in it and stuff like that. It was connected to that. And of course, World War II is such a fascinating subject. But the Great Alone I liked because I loved, like, the mother-daughter dynamic.
Loved it.
The one thing I didn't love about the book, and don't get me wrong, I loved the book, was how it felt like how immature the relationship was between the main girl and the guy she falls for, because it was so intense, and I'm just like, I get it is intense, being young and in love is intense, but
it was a little bit
cheesy to me.
It was cheesy, and in moments it kind of reminded me of Edward and Bella. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Like, I can't be without you forever, even if I go one day. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just like, bitch.
Yes, you can.
Go to school. Like, shut up.
Yeah, exactly. You're fine.
Yeah.
But I agree.
At the same time, we're not even reading that book, so we can talk about those details later, just in case people haven't read it. I don't want to give it too much away.
Yeah.
But we should jump into Magic Hour.
Yes, we should. So really cool. It looks like, if you notice the first few pages, it looks like she consulted, like, people within the police force and stuff like that.
Really?
Yes. So several people were instrumental in writing of this novel. Thanks go out to Lindsay Brooks, Investigative Manager, Case Management Department, Child Quest International; Luana S. Burnett, Police Services Officer, City of Newport, Washington; Canny Levine, Criminal Defense Attorney and friend; and Kim Fisk and Megan Chance, who both help more than they know. So it looks like she actually was trying to, make sure that she was relevant in what she was saying. And
I don't have that.
I think it's just because I have the printed version.
So for this book, Jess is reading the hard copy, and I'm reading on Apple Books.
Yes.
So I don't know if I just think maybe I will tell people what page that goes to, and then you can tell hard copy page.
That sounds good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I read to page. We finished on 7.
We'll start 7. So
stopped after 7.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is page 1. Let me get there. Sorry.
I think you said 123 or something like that, didn't you?
151.
Oh, sorry, 151. And I stopped on page 100.
Yeah.
So the first chapter I liked because I didn't know who, like, obviously we don't know who anybody is yet and stuff, but it's talking about how this woman, Julia Cates, is potentially going to be on trial. They're trying to decide if she needs to be on trial to be, what's the word I'm looking for? Held accountable for, so she's a psychiatrist, and they're wondering,
is
child
she mainly
psychologist.
a child? Okay, yeah.
And one of her clients ended up going to a school and shooting.
Church.
A church. It was a church?
It was a church, yeah. And she
I didn't read the book. And she shot, she opened fire.
This is in Malibu. She killed like 7 kids or something. I think they were like middle or high school kids.
Mm-hmm.
Can I say really quick, can I just say one thing?
Of course.
So do you, when you're reading, do you kind of cast people?
Always.
Okay.
Always
so,
cast famous people in the parts. I haven't figured it out who I want, though.
Do you want me to tell you?
Yes.
Okay. So Julia Cates, instantly I think of, so you don't watch Grey's Anatomy, but she is in other, I don't know what exactly. She's in The Haunting of Hill House, that new Netflix show.
Have you started watching that show?
Yes.
Yeah, I haven't started watching it.
I don't like it. It is scary.
Yeah, I've heard
it's too scary.
Nope. No thanks. I'm good.
It's too much. Too many jump scares. Yeah, and I'm not into it.
I know. I need to watch it.
I'm gonna watch it, but like,
I told my friend I was going to watch it, and I'm nervous about it.
My friends have been watching it, and they won't shut up about it. And I'm just like, okay, fine, I'll watch. But
now you're scared.
Spooky, scary. Don't like it.
Okay. So who do you think for Julia Cates, the psychiatrist?
Julia Cates, in my brain, is her name. Her real name is Samantha Sloyan.
Can't see what she looks like.
But her name is Penny Blake on Grey's Anatomy. So it's Callie's girlfriend.
Oh my God, I could see that. Dude, right? I don't know who she is. I've never seen her before.
Her real name's her real name is Samantha Sloyan.
So friends, look up. Oh, we'll post it as well. We'll post it.
Yeah. So she just seems like
I could see that.
The type, right?
For sure. Like beautiful,
willowy kind of.
Yeah.
Like kind of quiet.
Yeah.
She's not mousy.
No, but I can see what you're saying. Like she could be a psychiatrist for sure.
Yeah, and like the demeanor of her on Grey's Anatomy is like exactly how I picture Julia being.
Okay. I like that. And I could actually see that. I don't know who that actress is, but I can 100% see that for this character.
I like her a lot.
She just seems to be that.
Even though she killed Derek, but like whatever.
I don't know who that is, but I'm sorry, Derek.
Is Dr. Steamy? Dr. McSteamy?
Is that the sexy one?
They're all sexy.
Oh, okay. All of them are sexy.
All of them.
I think there was a Dreamy, right?
McDreamy. It's McDreamy, okay. And then his best friend is McSteamy.
Okay, I don't know who
It's too I will much. Look them up. Shonda Rhimes, calm down.
But don't.
But don't, like, keep it up.
So in the first chapter, Julia Cates is, they're seeing if she should be on trial, being held accountable. Yeah. And they ended up excusing her. She's not held accountable for her, what's the girl's name?
A lawsuit. Zuniga.
Zuniga, but Amber Zuniga is the name of the girl who opened fire.
Amber Zuniga, yeah.
Yep. So yeah, it's definitely an interesting way to kind of start the book.
It's so relevant too.
Right, like who's held accountable for
the shootings? Like it's just like almost a daily
Did people
occurrence.
see this and stuff like that?
Yep.
And then we go from there.
Yeah. So I like hearing the turmoil that she's kind of going through, and I'm kind of like I'm on the fence on what I feel about her, because it's like she in her dialogue, it's like I don't know, I can't foresee what people are going to do, and she is trained as a doctor to recognize things, but if there's nothing to see and they're not telling you that they're going to do these things,
right?
How can you be held responsible? And then I'm like, the parents need a project to distract themselves from this pain that they're going through.
Absolutely.
From the shooter's porter.
What?
Porter's pressure. The shooter's parents. Oh my God, what? Shooters, parents, and victims' parents. They both need distraction.
Absolutely. Yeah, so she's kind of that common denominator.
Yes.
The thing I think about that is like, if say that Amber was a sociopath, she might not have been able to see it. I mean,
yeah.
So like the fact that yes,
I want more info on Amber.
Yeah, I think we're gonna hopefully we'll get there.
Hope it comes out. I love when they do flashbacks in books, and
me too.
I want more of an intimate, like maybe a session with.
Yeah, like where they're talking about it, and she's like, maybe I could have seen it here, but it, I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
So she's excused from the case, not held accountable, and then we go into chapter 2 where they introduce us to Ellie, which turns out to be Julia's sister. So the reason why I say that I think she would be a good actress, that woman that you just showed me, for Julia.
Oh yeah,
Because again, she is beautiful, but they have this kind of hierarchy in this almost where Ellie, her sister, who is a cop, is stunningly beautiful, gorgeous. She was a homecoming queen and cheerleader, all this stuff.
Popular.
And I like that because this woman that you just showed me as maybe a potential person to play Julia, she is gorgeous too, but she looks reserved, and it seems like Ellie is like,
she's more like professional.
Exactly,
and like,
professional.
Yeah.
Yeah. I totally agree.
Yeah. Who would play
I don't know. That's why I have a hard time.
I don't really... I don't know. I feel like I wasn't really into how beautiful that she's making her. I don't know why.
Yeah, because it's like, more than that, I think. I think, but maybe that's why it's also kind of showing you, like, yeah, she's beautiful, but she ended up, like, being a cop, and now she's the chief of police and all that stuff. So, like, of course, she's obviously...
a townie, like, never got out. She's like big fish, little pond, you know? Like, she doesn't want to branch out and see that I'm not the most beautiful, or I'm not loved, you know, and whatever. I don't know if that's true.
Yeah, we'll maybe find that out eventually. Yeah, so
and
Ellie,
they have a very strained relationship.
Which is I want to get into because I don't understand sister relationships of people that don't get along. That just doesn't make sense to me. I could never imagine, except for when I was a little kid, because I was a little brat as a kid, you know, I could never imagine not getting along with my sisters because we have each other's back. So the fact that they seem to have such a strained relationship, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I think it is in, like, chapter 3, maybe they get into it, but when they were talking about how Ellie in high school, Ellie's mom, or Ellie and Julia's mom made Ellie bring all her popular friends to Julia's party.
Yeah.
And it's like...
And nobody even talked to Julia, even though it was her party.
To her. That is so sad.
It's really sad. Definitely, like, the outcast.
Right. And, also, another thing, kind of to get, like, bigger picture. Love the area that they're in. That Ellie is in. The small town.
Yes.
Rain, lush.
Can totally picture it.
Forest. Oh my gosh. You know what I picture?
What?
Forks? Or no.
They mentioned forks in this.
Oh my god, Twilight, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think that's what they're kind of paying. She's obviously not writing it as if it were Twilight.
Why have we talked about Twilight twice
I don't know.
now?
I hate those books and I hate the movies. I loved
trash.
them when it happened, unfortunately, but now I've grown to realize how horrible that opinion was.
But even when those movies came out, I was like, this is garbage.
I know. Well, it was horrible acting.
Books are Kristin
very toxic relationships.
You should never, ever date vampires.
No, come on. Get with the program. Just because he's cute and shimmers, you don't need to.
He wasn't even cute.
No. I like him back then. No longer.
I did.
Think that. Yeah. I was definitely Team Edward. Let's not talk about Twilight anymore.
Good.
Anyway, we are talking about the lush greenery of Washington.
Let's move on to Breaking Dawn. So my thoughts on Breaking Dawn. Part 2, not so great.
No.
Okay, I'm so sorry. Let's go back.
Oh, gosh. Okay. So Ellie is the chief of police, and she has a best friend from high school. Peanut. How much would you hate being called Peanut, though, by everybody all the time?
No, she, like, is telling people
to call her Peanut. I know. I hate being called by my full name, let alone...
A peanut?
Peanut. No. It's cute. She seems like a cute character. It's fine. She seems like she wants to help, even though she's like...
I picture like a more overweight Melissa McCarthy.
And I think that she is kind of supposed to be overweight, too, because they're talking about her diet a lot. And, and how, she struggles with it. And she wants to smoke because she thinks that's, like, the quickest way to lose weight or whatever. Which it probably is, truly.
Or only eat, like, cabbage soup or asparagus soup or something like that. Like, all the
I would try it.
Oh, totally. I'm, like, considering making asparagus soup this week.
That sounds so good. I love soup. So, yeah, her friend from high school, now they've worked together for over a decade. at the police station.
And
Cal, who is just the dispatch, it looks like, right?
I don't know, but his wife is cheating on him all the time and everybody knows it.
Yeah, and he seems like a sweet guy. Okay, I have a question about this to you.
Okay.
So in this book, they talk about how Ellie's first kiss was Cal. And
what?
Yeah, they mentioned that Ellie's first kiss was Cal. It actually says right here on my page 21, so this is in the second chapter.
Chapter 2.
It says Ellie can't talk. Ellie stared at the tree. She'd seen it every day of her life, had played in it as a kid, stood beside it to smoke bummed methanol cigarettes as a teenager, and had gotten her first kiss from Cal, no less, beneath its creepy canopy.
Oh, weird.
Yeah. So, and then she even mentions it again. So she goes home later on in the book, in these chapters, and is talking about how she wishes, like, she started for a certain area past her house, but stops herself because it's to Cal's house.
Yeah.
So I kind of wonder if she has feelings for Cal.
I know.
Even though he's supposed to be kind of this nerdy guy. He's like a guy that reads comic books. Which isn't nerdy to me, but they're making him seem like a nerd because he goes
almost
to
like not good enough for Ellie or something.
Yeah. So I'm kind of wondering if she has this like kind of hang up on him, and maybe they both kind of do. Haven't figured it out yet because we're so new in the book, but
like he has kids, so I just don't feel like they would apply like.
But why did they mention 2 different times?
I don't know, but
why did Kristin Hannah mention 2 different times? There's one person. So the crazy thing that happens is that a little girl shows up in this tree that she's talking about, and that was
also referenced, I believe, in the first chapter, because remember it was girl, and so it's kind of like not choppy dialogue, but like so this little girl, we don't know who she is at all. It has a little blip in there, like you're saying, where it's like she's talking right now, or it's her thoughts happening. And I think it's choppy because she's obviously seems like she's been held captive for quite some time. Or just a feral child.
Yeah, but she keeps talking about him. And she knows words. She recognizes words. So where would she learn them from if she wasn't encountering some type of person?
Like food and hurt and there's something that he said to her though, like, you're gonna be sorry or something like that, and she knew what that meant.
Right, exactly.
I am so fascinated by feral children.
Me too.
Oh my god, do you remember Jeannie?
Yes.
That is such a heartbreaking story.
I know, and they even mentioned this in this book.
But I just like remembered, I was like, oh my god, I used to research that stuff all the time because it doesn't make sense to me.
It's so scary.
It's terrifying.
Yeah,
How many kids are out there?
No idea. And they've done like studies in the past with chimpanzees where like they put food in one cave and then they have a connector cave and they put a blanket in the other cave. Yeah. And the chimpanzee will go snuggle with a blanket, and they might like run and grab food real quick or come back, but if they like cut off the cage where they have to choose whether they want the food or the blanket, they'll stay with the blanket because they want the feeling of connection and love. Isn't that so sad?
Okay, goodbye.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah, same.
Okay, yeah. And this little girl also has a wolf puppy with her in a tree.
Yeah. So Ellie gets a call, or somebody comes in and says, you need to come here and see what's happening right now.
Yep.
And so Ellie goes out, and in this tree that we just talked about, a little girl is up really high, like 40 feet above.
Like there's no logical way for her to get up there.
Yeah, with a wolf pup. And the wolf pup is like snarling and stuff like that.
And so is the girl.
And they don't know how to get her down. She
sounds like a badass to
she
me,
really
honestly.
does. I'm sure she is. She's probably, I'm guessing she must have encountered some stuff.
Yeah. She's covered in scars.
Yep.
Her hair is nasty.
She smells of urine.
That's right.
Yeah. She looks malnourished.
Baby.
Yeah. So Ellie tries to get her to come down by talking to her, but it doesn't seem like she's responding.
It's not registering.
Yeah. And we say that because it doesn't seem like, when we were just talking about how it looks like we're kind of in the girl's mind in chapter 1, it doesn't seem like she knows very many words. So she starts talking to her, hours go by, she can't get down.
They bring her.
And then they bring food. And that's what triggers her to come down.
And she goes nuts.
Yes.
Nuts.
When they try to, so they end up trying to capture her with a net. And that's when she like flips out.
Yeah.
Yeah, which who wouldn't? Yeah, I'm like dodging over here in my seat. I mean, who would like that? Let's be honest. Especially a scared
and then you don't,
girl.
but you don't know who you're talking to. Like,
I know, poor little babe. So yeah, and then when they bring her to the hospital, I mean, they have to sedate her once they cast the net on her. So when they bring her to the hospital, they find the ligature marks around her ankle and all the scars on her body,
and then like a broken arm that didn't heal
properly. Oh. Yeah, which I wonder if that's like. Hopefully, it's not necessarily from abuse because it sounds like they make it sound like she's super fast. And when she jumped down from the tree to get the food, she dropped 20 feet without hurting herself.
If just from what we've heard right now, it sounds like she does live with wolves. Mm-hmm. So she probably learns how to land and stuff like that.
Right,
you know what
exactly,
I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then also there's like some weird wolf kidnap whisperer guy involved.
Yeah.
Don't know who he is.
And then from there,
that was chapter 2.
Right.
They're basically just trying to like figure it out, and the townspeople are loving this.
Oh, so this is the part that you're right. This is the part that is funny to me, just living in that small town mentality, where it's just like nothing exciting has ever happened. The most that they ever do in this town, the police ever do, are write tickets.
Yeah.
Or like make sure people get
aren't drinking.
Yeah, drinking and driving.
Yeah.
So nothing happens. Like it even talks about it's hard to get to this town. What's the name of this town? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
I forgot to write it down.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure we can like Pine Valley or something like that.
Rain Valley.
Rain Valley.
I had to go to chapter 4. I knew it was in the beginning of a chapter.
Yeah.
Because I remember when Julia was talking to Ellie about it, and she was like, Julia hadn't been back to blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
In forever.
Yeah. Forever. What happened? What did I put here? What were you going to say?
Oh, well, I don't know, in chapter 2, they kind of go over to Dr. Max Saracen. I
think, yeah. Max
Whatever.
Saracen is how I said it.
Make him a Smith. My God. Like, don't make me work for this.
Yeah, I know. Come on, seriously. Yes, I'm
like,
intrigued by him.
Who are you casting for this?
He has to have salt and pepper hair.
Okay, I already got it.
Oh, don't tell me. Don't tell me.
Okay.
Do I know who this person is?
I don't know.
Is it another Grey's Anatomy person?
No.
Give me hints. I want to guess.
He's cute.
Of course. He has to be because all the women in this town are obsessed with him. He's definitely come to run away from something, though. They kind of allude to that in these chapters, that he's like trying to get away from something or multiple things.
Yeah. I think so.
I think he was jaded by somebody, that's for sure.
I think he had a kid that died.
Interesting. That's really intuitive. That's interesting. I didn't even think of that. I definitely thought it had to be like or maybe a wife and a kid.
I think he was married, and I think the kid died, and maybe they divorced, or maybe the wife also died.
Yeah.
But there were several references when he was like holding the kid, and it said something like it felt natural to him or something.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I didn't think of that.
Okay, we might have to pause because I need to figure out what show or movie this guy has been on. Dang it. What is his name? I will have to come back to it. I can't think of one thing that he's been in. He's older. Mm-hmm. He's got like full lips, salt and pepper hair. He was Max too.
Oh my God, that'd be crazy.
I think it is.
I do.
Actor Max.
It is. Shut the fudge up.
No.
Shut up.
Okay, it's not. Why would I? Dermot Mulroney.
I freaking love. Oh yes. Oh yes. I think he might be a little too old though.
Now, but like this is the vibe.
Oh, I love him so much.
What is he in?
He's in My Best Friend's Wedding. He's in that movie where the woman pays to have like a date come with her.
Yes, and they play all the Michael Bublé music, and he's a gigolo.
He's a gigolo, and he makes
oh my god!
What? He's in a lot of things. He's also in the movie with
Fake Wedding.
No. He's in George of the Jungle.
No,
It has Lindsay Lohan in it. Oh god, I freaking actually really like that movie a lot. It deals with like sexual. No. It starts with it's about like sexual assault and stuff like that. And Lindsay Lohan is like a really bad kid in air quotes, you know.
And she goes and stays with her grandma.
Yes. Who's Jane Fonda.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he's in it, and he's just like the nice veterinarian who also happens to like. It's a small town, so he also
loves her mom,
but also like works on like people too, not just animals. Like will like help people who are, you know, because it's such a small town. Yeah. It's in Idaho or whatever.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
yes,
it's a good
one.
Anyway, yeah, I can see that if he was a little younger, so maybe somebody kind of.
Yep.
Because it sounds like Ellie and Julia are in their 30s.
Oh, really?
Yep. It says Julia is 35 later on in the book.
Oh. Oh, that's right. Because Ellie's like, my womb is shrinking. My eggs are disintegrating. Right. I need babies.
Yeah. I want to have the whole package, the babies and everything.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's definitely.
Such a sidebar. So sorry.
Sorry. Not sorry.
No.
But no, I could totally see that too. Yeah. So it turns out like Ellie has hooked up with this doctor in the past. I thought they actually did hook up or something like that. Like really quick whirlwind. Okay, so just a date. But he's dated a lot of women in this town.
He's dated like every woman in town.
Exactly. And it looks like he has feelings for Julia, which I totally called before that even happened.
Oh, yes, 100%.
So what ends up happening, so Julia gets, you know, excused from this case. She's no longer held accountable or whatever. And her entire career falls apart. She had clients, they'd even said they were going to stick with her no matter what happens with the case, but they all stop going to see her. So because Ellie gets this child and the child won't talk, that she's worried that she's mute and deaf and all that stuff, she wants her sister Julia to come and, you know, observe her and figure out what's going on. Maybe she can get through to this kid. They also don't know who this kid is. They have no idea. They have no idea who identification for this kid. So Julia thinks this is like her bigger sister trying to like save her.
Yeah, and like distract her from her embarrassment.
Yeah, when really she actually needs her help.
Yeah.
Yep. So so Julia gets up there and she meets Max, and it seems like they kind of have a chemistry. Yeah. Spark.
Yeah, a little spark. He's like way into it, and she's like, I know exactly your type.
Yep. I dated somebody who was exactly like you right before this. So I do want to ask you this question. So in chapter 4, they talk about the type of people that they were in high school. Like Ellie was, you know, homecoming queen, blah, 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 blah. Julia was the bookworm, nerdy. What kind of person were you in high school?
I don't know. I really have no idea. I got along with everybody. I wasn't popular.
Right.
I don't know. I just I have good like fond memories of high school just because like all the groups, there were definitely popular and skater and whatever, but everybody was cool with each other.
That's nice.
Yeah. So I was just there. Like I didn't really have, I wasn't as outgoing as I wish I would have been. I wish I would have tried more clubs and sports and things like that. But yeah, I don't really know. I wasn't quiet, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Like I was friends with a lot of people, but yeah. What were you?
It's different. So I went to 9th grade in New Mexico, and that was like such a small, tiny school. And I knew everybody. Like you just know everybody. And the same, like you're friends with everybody. I was definitely like a goth punk emo kid.
You were goth.
Oh yeah. Totally.
Are you kidding me?
No. But like in like a way that like I didn't know how to be one fully, you know what I mean? But I wanted to have black hair, but my parents wouldn't let me dye it. So if I could have had black hair, I would have. My parents also, when my dad, for some weird reason, my dad is totally like cool with everything. Like I cuss in front of him even to this day.
Yeah.
But when I was in high school, would not let me have black nail polish. It was so strange. I know. Hi, Dad. Sorry, calling you out right now. And then I would.
But parents like have their reason. Like
I don't know what it is to this day.
Thing to me, like
I still did it. Like I would do it on the weekends. I'm like, sorry, I forgot to take it off. And then after a while, I'm like,
it was just not allowed at school.
Just during the week. I don't know.
Weird.
Yeah, from my memory.
Dad, write in, explain the logic.
Yeah, please do. Of course now, and I've reminded after a while, you know. So in 9th grade, I knew everybody, friends with everybody, but I definitely was not, again, not popular. I knew the popular kids, though. Right. We were fine. But then when I moved to San Diego and went to school in 10th grade, I mean, it completely changed.
Really?
I probably only knew maybe a fourth of my class by the time I graduated.
How many kids in your school?
I mean, like 3,000 or something, probably. I mean, I definitely didn't know people that I just never encountered whatsoever. And it wasn't like I knew, like I wanted to be in the skater group, but never was.
Right.
But I was definitely with the ROTC kids, even though I was never in ROTC. My boyfriend, when I was a junior, was in ROTC and stuff like that. So, but I didn't really have a group.
Yeah, no, I bounced around for sure. Like I latched on to the skater kids in freshman year because I started a new high school, and they were, one of them was, he lived down the street from me, so I'd already known him. Yeah. And I was just like, oh my God, I know you, like, don't leave me. Yeah. But yeah, after that, I just kind of branched out.
Yeah. Yeah. That's really interesting. Yeah. I didn't really like high school that much though. I was totally over it. I was
really?
I was like ready for college. I mean, I was definitely a bookworm though. I mean, like I had to get straight A's and all that stuff, but did not transfer to college. Didn't care after that.
Who cares?
No, I'm fine. I did get good grades. I'm fine. I did get good grades in college. They just weren't straight A's, but
college is hard.
I also didn't want to do it anymore.
No, over it.
But I did like college. Anyway, just wanted to sidebar that, and because it was just interesting how they talk about how each other was. Okay. Anyway.
So that was in chapter.
That kind of just started off like in chapter 4-ish. Yeah, they kind of talk about it. I just wanted to say though too. It looks like. I mean, it's pretty evident that Ellie and Julia, why did I say Julie? I wrote it, that's why. Ellie and Julia have different memories of their parents.
Totally.
Like, Ellie thinks her dad is, like, God. On a pedestal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Julia does not think that. Yeah.
No, there is something weird.
Yeah, which we haven't got to yet.
Do you think there was abuse?
I don't know, but Julia does make a reference to her mom and saying, like, it seemed like her mom wasn't as happy as Ellie thought her parents were. Ellie even says, like, oh, my parents were blissfully in love.
Yes. Yeah, for like 30-something years.
Yeah, and Julia does not think that. I did want to read this just because, oh, was it that? No. Oh, yeah. So, only Julia seemed to see the lie in all.
Semen.
Semen.
Only Julia's semen.
I did see. Okay, speaking of semen.
What?
I saw a funny meme costume today on Instagram that said, like, oh, this person won Halloween, and it was a person with a name tag that says Eileen, and it looked like she had cum on her face. Come On Eileen, the song.
Oh my God. Ew.
I thought it was hilarious because I love that song.
Oh my God. Smack my forehead.
Yeah.
Like, come on, Eileen. Gross.
So gross. So anyway.
Can you imagine walking out in public like that?
If I was drunk, I could.
No.
If I was really plastered, I could imagine that, but no, I can't.
Ugh,
so funny.
Gross.
So back to this. Only Julia seemed to see the lie in all of it, the act. When at last her father broke down and wept, everyone except Julia rushed to comfort him. She had seen, even as a child, what no one else, especially Ellie, ever had, that her father's selfishness had crushed his wife's spirit, just as he'd crushed his young daughter's. Only Ellie had flourished in the white-hot light of her father's self-absorption. So this is at the funeral of their mother, because her mother does pass away. I don't know how she passed away. It almost sounds like it was self-inflicted in that. Yeah. But I'm not sure. I have no idea yet.
Yeah. Very intense. I love all these little nuggets
that she's doing.
To look forward to.
I know. So good.
One thing I did want to mention too was there was this part where Ellie was driving Julia somewhere,
right?
And Julia, it said, the few miles passed in a surprisingly companionable conversation. Julia remarked on the changes that had taken place. The stoplight, the new bridge, the closure of Hamburger Heaven. Ellie pointed out how much they'd stayed the same. I just, like, that super resonates with me because every time I go back home and I visit, I don't obviously have a tour guide like, these are new, this is old, but like, it's just, I can picture that small town of like people trying to say like, oh wow, look at all these things that are so new and different, and you're like, I still see my old town, not the new, even though that it's like kind of reversed. But
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I just thought that was I don't know, it was nice to relate in some way.
I totally agree. That is interesting. Do you know like actual street names of your hometown?
Yeah.
See, that's so funny. Like I pretty much grew up in Escondido, California, because I started going there when I was like 9 years old. And then that's when I went to high school and stuff like that. But for some reason I never knew street names, and I just knew how to get around. Like even now I could just get around, but I wouldn't be like, oh, you go on one of the streets, it's like El Camino. You go on West El Camino. I wouldn't know.
Really?
Yeah, like how to tell somebody to get somewhere. I could drive it there myself, but I don't know. But in Sacramento, obviously, because we're on a grid anyway, it's ABC 1, 2, 3. But I wouldn't.
Oh, how fun! I mean, I don't know the exact layouts, but if someone was like, oh, it's on Soledad Street, I can see Soledad Street.
Totally. Yeah. I only know like 2 for sure.
All my neighborhood was like tree names. So Grove, Maple, Acacia. Yeah.
That's cool.
So
that's really cool.
Yeah. So now are you in chapter 5?
Yeah.
Okay. So
you in chapter 5.
Where are you going? Oh. Okay. So we are talking about, they're having a little, like,
impromptu town meeting outside the hospital.
Powwow.
Yeah.
It's so funny. It's not a real town. It's just, like, everyone's family almost.
Oh,
you know?
Yeah. Like I have to know what's going on because we're related essentially, even though we're not at all.
Totally.
Yeah.
And everybody, I feel like everybody is kind of feeling rejected by Ellie, but it's like, this is what you have police for, and you can't be involved as a civilian.
Ellie is smart in the sense where she's like, if I give them something to do, they'll leave me alone for a little bit. So she tells everybody, like, go find clothes, go find stuffed animals, go do all this.
You're helping so much.
Yeah.
You're involved in this.
You're involved. Yeah, I really need your help. Yeah. I just also need you to get out of my freaking face.
Yeah.
But, so that's definitely interesting. But she brings Julia to see the kid.
And she's also trying to kind of keep Julia hidden.
Right, because Julia has
that...
this trial looming on her, even though she's not a part of it anymore. But she's been in all the papers. I mean,
it's huge.
It's huge news throughout the whole nation that Julia was potentially involved, or not involved, but didn't see the signs of the girl Amber who shot up the
school.
Church, I see something highlighted over there. What do you have?
Yeah, so it's Peanut and Ellie, and they're talking about the stats of the missing children.
Oh, I know. I bet you that's actually something she put in there that's true.
That's what I was wanting to look up, because it says 10,000 missing girls. God help us. It would take us decades to go through all that information. There are 800,000 missing children cases a year in this country. That's almost 2,000 a day. Statistically, 50% of them will be white girls kidnapped by someone they know.
And then they go on to say that the girl right after that, the one that actually was kidnapped, was totally abnormal because it's not somebody that she actually knew. So Elizabeth Smart, when they mentioned Elizabeth Smart, how that was rare that she was kidnapped by somebody who didn't know her.
Oh my God! Have you?
No, I haven't yet. I want to. You're talking about the
Case
Netflix
file.
It was Case File. I thought they did a whole thing about it. I have to figure that out, but I do want to. Because that's happened so long ago, I don't know the details.
It's insane. It is disgusting.
I know.
That guy needs to be shot in the face.
And so does
immediately.
His wife or
totally.
Yeah. It's horrible.
Evil.
Evil.
Psychopaths.
Please don't kidnap anybody. Ever.
So
or abuse
gross.
anybody.
And then also in chapter 5, like after that, the statistics thing, it goes into girl.
Yes.
So that's what she's named right now, is girl. I just love the descriptions, because she's saying, it says, girl is coiled up like a young fern in this too white place. I love that.
Yeah.
The writing kind of reminds me, did you ever read Room?
No. But I saw the movie Room.
Yeah, it's really good. It's a scary story.
Is it the same? Is the movie the same as the book, or is it based off the book? Okay.
Yeah, but you get to get inside the
little
boy's head.
Yeah,
because he like the objects are his friends. Like, go wake up Lamp. Go say goodnight to Spoon. Like, they only have 1 or 2 spoons or something like that. Like, all his objects are his, like, friends.
That's so sad to me.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Super crazy. So, Julia does go and observe this girl, trying to figure out if she's maybe autistic.
That's what
maybe
they
deaf,
keep saying,
maybe
like, for
blind.
sure.
Yeah, because obviously she's not reacting as somebody that potentially normal would,
She is making eye contact.
Which is why she's confused about if she is autistic or not.
Yeah. So, I like that they're putting a lot of facts, too, about autism. It's really interesting.
Because you kind of have a baseline on what
they're looking for.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And just, I love psychology so much.
It's so interesting. I wish I would have actually taken a class in college about it.
Me too. I do too.
Yeah.
But just like the stuff that she's writing down, like, these are the things I need to check for. And then she's really advocating, like, I need to be in the room with her. They are still thinking that she can understand them.
Right.
And
it doesn't seem like she can.
It sounds like...
Especially because they get into her mind and she's not really...
She keeps saying strangers, and, like, she'll identify the word hungry or food or whatever.
Yes. It's definitely interesting. I cannot wait to find out more. And obviously, I mean, this book is so much longer. So, I mean, we're going to get into some nitty-gritty stuff. I do want to find out... if anything happens between Julia and the doctor, though.
It will, for sure. He's so into her.
Yeah. She even says in that same chapter how finally Julia glanced at the window by the door and Dr. Better Looking Than God was there watching them. That's why I'm like, who
would it be?
Who would it be?
Dr. Steamy. McSteamy.
McDreamy. I thought that was McDreamy. I thought was
Derek. It's Derek.
I know, but his real name. He was in
Enchanted.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Oh, man. Yeah, he's been in a lot of things. Oh, he was in that Sweet Home Alabama with Reese Witherspoon.
He was?
Yeah.
He was the fiance?
Yep. And I laughed. My friend Courtney and I would watch that movie over and over and over and over again, but we'd always laugh at the part where he would go, "That's the ticket." Like, it was just so dorky and cheesy. And I still laugh at that. Every time I think of him, I think of saying, "That's the ticket." What was his name?
Patrick Dempsey.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Good call.
Yes. My brain is working.
It's working. It's coming back from an exhausted weekend.
Oh my gosh.
Your brain has always been working, though. No. Yes, ma'am.
Oh,
and then they talk about, is this when the girl attacks her? In chapter 6 or in chapter 7? No,
Why
chapter
did
6.
She do that?
I think
she made a noise or something.
Maybe, but also, like, I'm sure she's just freaked out. Like, this girl is
she's
so
terrified.
Yeah. And she's not sure who to trust. She has no idea. And it said, like, when the girl is in her own mind, she's saying, like, him told me not to leave. So we don't know who this him is, but she keeps saying him. She doesn't say he or anything like that. She just says him. Him told me not to leave. Like, said I would regret it, essentially. So I feel like she's just trying to get away. Like, don't
it's
come
right
close.
Here. So Julia's trying to feed her a hot dog, and she says, "Your parents probably brought them on a camping trip. Where did you go on that trip? Do you remember? Where's your daddy? Where did your daddy say you were going? Maybe I could get him." And as soon as she said that,
that's when she attacked.
The girl attacked her.
Yep.
And then Dr. McDreamy pulled her off. Pulled her off.
Yeah. And she has 4 gashes on her cheek, deep gashes.
Bleeding and bruised.
It's starting to swell.
That girl probably has diseases.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, they can't really get close enough to, like, clean her properly.
And they sedate her and
Julia's mad that they sedated her because she's like, now she'll never trust me. You know, which...
Well, I don't know, because, like, how is she supposed to know? I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see.
So then in our last chapter, chapter 6, is when they're putting, they're going on the news.
Right. Yeah, their very first press conference since, was it her uncle worked there or something like that? So, yeah, they don't really know how to do one, but she seems to have done kind of well. She's really only answering the questions. They don't know who this girl is. They're hoping that, the nation can come together and try to figure out who she is and all that stuff. And I want to freaking know who she is and why she was in the woods in a cave and why she had the wolf pup.
Well, yeah, what's up with the dog?
I know, where is it?
At a farm.
Bring it back. Yeah, but bring it back. That will make her feel better. Maybe she'll open up then.
Be more comfortable.
Oh, the part that really got to me, again, because I don't understand the sister relationship because it's so, different than what I've experienced when Ellie was telling Julia, like, I totally believe in you. You got this. You can do it. And I actually think it's towards the end of the chapter. And
she doesn't say
Julia doesn't say anything back to Ellie. And under her breath, Ellie's like, you can do it too, sister. I know that, Yeah. And it's kind of sad. Demi's hungry. Ellie just growled if you didn't hear it. But anything else in that chapter? I feel like there definitely was other things.
No, she's just like, Julia's just clicking through on the, at the library. She's kind of holed up and just researching. I think she spent the night there. And this is when she starts bringing up feral children.
Exactly.
Yeah, and when I was reading, I was like, what is this called? And then they said that, and I was like, oh my God, Genie.
Benton Genie, 1970. That's so crazy.
It's weird. I know it's just weird that they wouldn't immediately think that.
Right.
Like she's up in a tree with an actual wolf. Why wouldn't you be like,
also, she's dirty. She smells like urine.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like she's been taken care of.
Yeah, I don't know why they're not checking the woods.
Exactly.
No one said a word about going into the woods.
I know.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
And,
but this is like their first actual thing that's ever happened in this.
I know, but they're like a woodsy town.
I know, yeah. Yeah, it's like all woods all around it.
Yeah. So
definitely slow.
And if they've never seen her before, wouldn't you want to like kind of venture out and be like, well, maybe she did have a campsite. Maybe she was with parents and they're injured or.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But I don't know, because a wolf is pretty gnarly.
Yeah, it is. Even if it's a pup, still pretty gnarly.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay, so that
ends
that's the end of chapter 6.
Yep.
And so next week
we read to chapter 14.
So stop at 14.
Stop at 14 when you get to 14. Yep.
7 to 14. Got it.
Exactly. I'm excited. I can't wait to find out more. I mean, this is like the middle-ish of the book, like getting to the, so.
Yeah, it'll be a good one.
Yes.
We're going to get a lot more information, I think.
Heck yes. I can't wait.
Do you have any predictions?
I mean, I definitely think obviously there is definitely some type of abuse going on. I don't know to what degree, but the fact that
I need more info on him.
I need to know who him is.
What's the deal?
I don't know.
Is it?
I want to know. I also want to know what happened to their parents, like Ellie and Julia's parents. Like, why does Julia have such different perspectives? Yeah.
It's also kind of weird that when they went to Ellie's house and it's the same house that they grew up in, like it's like a time capsule.
I know. I'm surprised she didn't change it. That does seem strange because as a woman who I would want to change a house up to fit my...
Yeah, like keep some pieces.
Totally.
But,
yeah.
I don't know. Just kind of weird.
Very to me as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, everyone, make sure you're reading from chapter 7 to stop at 14.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh. And now for our next part.
Here we go.
Here.
I knew it. I knew you would.
You set it up for that.
I did.
Yeah. So, do you want to go first?
No.
Okay.
Please go.
Okay. What's the best approach to have when inviting a female friend over to just hang out and watch Netflix at my apartment? I don't plan to make a move or anything. We get along well, but I don't want her to feel I want more.
That is tricky. Because, like, I mean, it's hard when you don't know the depth of their friendship.
Right.
It's like, are you trying to get to know somebody, or you just kind of get along? And
are you interested at all?
Yeah, are you interested at all?
Right.
I would say make it kind of a group thing.
That's a good idea.
Invite a few other people over and just, and then if you want to do, like, a separate movie night, like...
But, like, hey, that was fun. Did you want to hang out more, you know?
Yeah,
like,
and tell her, like, I'm not, like, don't make it weird. Just be like, I don't want to do anything. Just be like, it's like, come over.
I think we're good friends. You want to come over and...
Just hang out and watch a movie. Yeah. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Won't be weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say group first.
Yeah.
So she can, like, feel your apartment out.
Yeah, exactly. Also, if you're too nervous to just come out and say, hey, I'm not interested, I just want to hang out.
Right.
You know, if that's not your approach because you're too nervous to just be upfront about it, then I think the group hang is a good idea. And then, take it from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
That's nice.
Cool.
Cool.
All right. My question. I just transferred to a new school and I didn't get a chance to tell my crush that I like him. Then he added me on Snapchat and I wanted to say something, but I'm so shy. What should I do? What should I say?
I mean, Snapchat is such an easy way to break any ice. You know what I mean?
He added her.
Right. So
this is good news.
That's great news. So that all you have to do is just send a Snapchat, really, because he already wants to talk to you or get in contact with you because he added you. So I don't know, do one of those funny faces and be like, "Hey, what's up?
What's up, cutie?
Yeah,
miss you.
Yeah, wish I could see you.
Yeah.
Just go for it.
Yeah.
I mean, especially because you have nothing to lose. It's not like you're gonna see this person all the time, you know. But yeah, I think just why not? Try it out.
Yeah. See what happens.
Okay, sorry. Let's see what
Your
I have
turn.
here. My turn. We're just breezing on through these, aren't we?
They're easy.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I'm eating popcorn, everyone. I'm so sorry.
People with misophonia are going to hate it.
I'm so far back.
Now you're far back, yeah. I've been dating this guy at my workplace. At first, he was seeing someone else too. Now I guess he is not. We connect well, but after sex, he starts acting hot and cold, and I have to re-attract him all over again.
Ew.
Now he's saying he wants to be friends first. He was just using you.
Girlfriend.
Yeah, he was totally just...
Yeah, you got played.
And maybe it started off as a casual hookup, and maybe
it's fine. Somebody's
feelings, she had more feelings towards it than him, but yeah, don't even try anymore.
No, that guy is so rude.
Yeah. Don't try to re-attract him every time you have sex with him.
Ew, no.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
Don't play games.
Yeah.
That's rude.
Yeah.
That makes me, he's just selfish.
Right.
It's all about him.
Yeah, I was seeing this person and seeing you, but now I'm done seeing both of you, so now I don't know if he wants to go see other people, but he doesn't sound like
he's
somebody
not interested in you.
No, he's not.
You shouldn't waste your time on somebody like that. So
yeah. And also don't typically date in your workplace like that,
God,
you know?
No.
Yeah,
don't
maybe. We've mentioned this before. I've never been on a dating app. I don't actually think they're bad. I think it's a good way.
I was on it all night last night for my friend.
You were?
It was so fun.
Yeah. I mean, I've been on it with my friends before to help them or to help them. I'm creeping and want to see what people look like and stuff like that. But they're the ones like swiping and stuff, and it definitely is interesting. And I think that's a good way to meet people now. That's just our day and age
on those apps too.
I know you have to be kind of to get people's eye.
Stand out. Yeah. Okay. My question. Last one. My last one.
Mm-hmm.
I have a theme.
Okay.
And it's all social medias.
Ooh. Okay.
I followed my kinda crush, just say crush, on Instagram, and he followed me back. It's his turn to make a move now, right?
I mean, although we just said, like, he did on the Snapchat one, we said, like, yeah, he followed you, now you can snap him back. But I do want to say it's not on anybody's plate. Yeah.
No.
That person, for that Snapchat one, that person did set you up to respond.
Totally.
And you did set this person up to respond. But what is he going to do? It's on Instagram.
It's Instagram.
It's different.
Yeah. I would say don't not like a picture that he posts or something.
Just because he hasn't
liked one of yours.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, don't be weird. Don't calculate your moves. Just do natural. And it doesn't really sound like you're putting that much pressure on yourself because you said kinda crush.
Yeah, exactly.
So, like, maybe put it out there, and if it comes back, then you're like, make it a real crush.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. That was quick and easy.
Are you done?
Yeah, that was it. I did too. Mm-hmm.
Oh, dang, girl.
Yeah.
Okay.
Me as well.
Well, shoot. That was fast. Yeah.
And those are just like fast answers. Like, yeah, we know what we're doing.
We know everything. We are psychologists.
Wannabe.
My name is Julia.
Yeah. It's a cute name, though.
I know.
But yeah, please follow us on the show schmeeds.
Sure schmeeds. Ermagerd for Lurge.
Show schmeeds.
With anything and everything.
Yeah.
Thoughts on the book.
Definitely talk to us about the book. Or if you've read it before without giving anything away, please do not spoil things for us.
No spoilers.
But, tell us what you thought as you were reading. Also, go read some of her other books, such as The Nightingale and The Great Alone.
Yes.
You will cry. I'm sure I'll end up crying in this book because you can't not cry. You will cry.
It's going to be a 3 for 3.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
She's so good.
She's gonna kick our ass.
Yeah, she will. She's gonna
in our tear ducts. She's gonna kick our tear ducts. Yeah.
But yeah, so on social medias, we're on Instagram at Can I Just Say One Thing? What? Oh, we did get an email. But what?
Who are you, South Africa?
Yeah, South Africa. Hi, South Africa. Hi.
Hello. What's up? Who are you?
The person from Sweden is not my friend's friend. So, Sweden, who are you?
Come on.
Yeah.
Tell us who you are.
Yeah, contact us.
Don't play hard to get.
On Instagram or email us at canijustsayonething@gmail.com. The one is the number 1.
Yeah.
So please reach out to us.
And you are our number ones.
Yes.
Oh,
you're all our number ones.
I'm going to slide into those DMs. Girls.
Yeah.
Boys. Whatever. I don't care.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're excited.
Yeah. That was one of my exciting things that happened on Friday. I was like, oh, wow.
South Africa.
Wow. Hello.
Yeah. Super soaked.
Love your accents.
Also, randomly, like places in the United States, I'm like, who are you?
Who's in New York? Who's in New Jersey? Who's in Ohio?
Yeah.
I don't know.
No. But hi everybody. So stoked.
Yeah. Guys, let us know what you think. We love you so much.
Yes, we do. And we'll see you back here next week.
Yeah. And have a great November. Let's have a great November.
It will be.
It is. I love November.
We will not have weeks like last week.
No.
No more.
Please don't do that to us.
November.
No one deserves to be treated like we were treated last week. Yeah.
But we'll talk to you next time.
Anyway, okay.
Bye.
Bye.